What's the best credit card for movie theaters? Whether you're team cash, team travel, no annual fees, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Usually when I do these best of videos, there's a huge difference in the credit cards that are best in said category, depending on if you're team travel, if you're team cash, if you don't want annual fees or you don't mind annual fees. Sometimes there's 4 different cards, and even the top 3 cards can vary differently between those 4 options. However, this time with movie theaters, it's the same 2 cards at the top. So we are going to come over to the best cards section in the richwithpoints.com website, click on the movie theaters category, and I'm going to blur out the number 1 card just to add a little bit of mystery. The number 2 card that we're going to cover first is the Capital One Savor Rewards. Now that recently got renamed to the Savor Rewards from the Savor One. They canceled the old Savor Rewards and moved this over into nobody knows why that happened, but it's now called the Savor Rewards. It has a $200 sign-up bonus when you spend $500 in the first 3 months of opening your account. It has no annual fee, so for $200 on a sign-up bonus, no annual fee, that's a great deal. It also has no foreign transaction fees. However, it doesn't have access to the travel portal. It's a cash card, and it also doesn't have any access to transfer partners. As for spending categories, you get 5x on hotels in the travel portal. You get 5x on car rentals in the travel portal. You get 3x on dining. You get 3x on groceries. You get 3x on select entertainment, which includes some live entertainment and movie theaters, which is the category in question. 3x on streaming services and 1x on everything else. Now, as you can see here with the live entertainment, that includes concerts, live events, including tickets for concerts, sporting events, and other live performances, amusement parks, theme parks, carnivals, tourist attractions, zoos, aquariums, museums, like everything pretty much, plays, ticket agencies like Ticketmaster, SubHub, so any kind of concerts and stuff. And it does include movie theaters. Now, I mentioned that it does not have access to transfer partners to sort of maximize the points that you earn, because what you see here is what you're going to earn. However, if you had a card like the Venture X, for example, you could transfer those points over to the Venture X and use the transfer partners to maximize those points by getting a better value of the 1 cent per point that you would get if you were just cashing these points out. You could get, up to on an average of 1.85 cents per point based on what the Points Guys website states that Capital One miles are valued at. So essentially that would mean instead of 5x on car rentals, for example, you'd be getting 9.25, and for like streaming services, you get 5.55, and movie theaters 5.55, and all other 1.85. So you don't earn that. I'm gonna make that clear. You don't earn that many points. It's just what they're valued at when you compare those points to other point systems points. If, for example, a strictly cash card, you cannot do anything else but cash it out for 1 cent per point. These points are valued more, 1.85 cents per point, because you can transfer them out when you combine it with another card that has access to the transfer partners to get a better value for those points. Okay, clear? All right, great. There are no real benefits to call out here for the Savor Rewards card. The application rules, you've got the Cap 1.6 and the Cap Max 2. Again, application rules, grain of salt. Your mileage may vary, but the Cap 1.6, the Capital One will only approve you for 1 new credit card every 6 months. And the Cap Max 2, Capital One will only allow you to hold a total of 2 of their credit cards at one time. And now for the number 1 credit card for movie theaters, you have the Wells Fargo Attune. The Attune has a sign-up bonus of $100 when you spend $500 in the first 3 months of opening your account. There's no annual fee, but $100, I mean, come on, try harder, guys. It's pretty low for a card that has a sign-up bonus. However, I feel like it kind of makes up for it with all the spending categories it has, which we'll get to in a minute. I should also mention they'll donate an entire $50 to a Capital Link nonprofit organization, which I know nothing about, and who knows where that money is actually going, but do your own research. It does have foreign transaction fees. but it also has access to the travel portal. I don't know what that really buys you because you can only redeem your points for 1 cent per point in the travel portal, which is the same as what you'd cash the points out for. So it's sort of a wash, but maybe it's a convenience thing. However, it does not have access to transfer partners like some of the other cards have, which is a bit of a shame. As for spending categories, there are a slew of categories that you get 4x on. So let's go over the broader categories. You get 4x on self-care. You get 4x on sports and recreation. And you get 4x on live entertainment. And then you get 4x on what they sort of refer to as planet saving impactful purchases. So what that basically boils down to, as you can see down here in the spending categories, that's like 4x on fitness memberships, 4x on flowers and gardens, 4x on hobbies, 4x on ride sharing, so that includes Lyft and Uber, 4x on movie theaters, which is under like the live entertainment, sports and recreation, parking, pet care. There's a ton of stuff that it covers. I list examples in here as well. Streaming services 4x, toll fees, which are a ton of specific things that they list out. Transit, same with the transit. You can pause and read through those there. Everything else is 1x. Now, like with the Savor card, you don't have access to the transfer partners, but if you have another card that does have access to the transfer partners, then you can utilize those transfer partners to get more impact on your points that you earn by transferring over to those cards, and then those cards can transfer to the transfer partners to get where the points guy values at 1.6 cents per point. I think this will go up because they keep adding transfer partners to Wells Fargo. They're new to this year in 2024. So I think they're going to keep adding, and I think that value will start creeping up. Let's hope anyway. So either the autograph card, which is a no annual fee card, or the autograph journey, which is only a $95 annual fee card. And I think there's a way of dropping that down quite a bit with a benefit, so it's barely anything. And if you transfer over, then instead of 4x, you're getting 6.4 on all of these items, and then 1.6 on everything else. I mean, that's a great deal. It's even been noted that some users are seeing the Attune getting 4x on internet and cable bills. I don't have that as a definite because it's definitely not listed on their website is getting that, but in my experience, internet and cable bills charge you extra to use the card. Mine charges me 10% extra. Crazy amount to use a credit card, so I definitely don't use credit card on my cable and internet bills. But my utility bills, they actually don't charge me anything, so I definitely use my wife's US Bank Cash Plus for that. For standard benefits, you have secondary CDW coverage, and you have some cell phone coverage, $600 up to $600 a year. And then for the application rules, again, your mileage may vary, but what I have here is the Wells Fargo 1.6. You'll be denied if you open another Wells Fargo card within the last 6 months. Now, I do need to mention there are a couple other cards that can be on this list, and rightly so. So if we come down to the selectable categories, there's some cards that you can choose either by selection or by spending the most for that in a given billing period. One of those cards is the City Custom Cash, and movie theaters is on that list. I think it's underneath select live entertainment. Movie theaters is one of those options. And then also the US Bank Cash Plus, which I mentioned a second ago, has that as a category. So you could be getting 5x on both of those cards. So if that's how you choose to use either one of those cards, if you have it, I think it's probably a bad use. I use mine for utilities because I definitely spend more on utilities than I do on movie theaters. Same with the custom cash. I think I would use one of these other groceries or something else, streaming services instead of movie theaters, but maybe you go to the movies all the time and it's worth it to you to use that. So if that is the case, update your selections and then come over to the best card and movie theaters, and you will now see that those are actually the top two because you're getting 5x for those two versus the 4x and the 3x for the other two. But again, I think these are probably cards you wouldn't use for movie theaters, so I kind of wouldn't count those, but I figured I'd mention that. So I have the Savor one. My wife has it, but I am dying, honestly, to get the Attune card. I think I applied when it first came out and got denied. I just had too much inquiries on my credit report at the time, and still do to this day. So I'm kind of letting it cool off for the moment. But every once in a while I'll get antsy and try for a card and got denied. I'm like, why didn't I just wait 2 more months? Anyway, so I really like the Attune. I think it's a neat little weirdo card that has all these categories that not many other cards have. Again, my wife has the autograph card, so it would pair well with that, and we could start using the Attune to get a lot of points that we could use in the travel portal or to transfer to transfer partners. I would love to get that card soon, but let me know what you guys think. Do you use these cards for movie theaters? If so, put it in the comments below. Don't forget to sign up on the website, like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next video.